Great deliverance from evil, soul polishing academy, aliens in your soul, the truth about truth. Everything hidden from you by mainstream media that you need to know. Need to ask yourself all this time, all of the trillions and trillions of dollars spent on lying to you and the people responsible for doing it. Venerate all ancestors who have suffered before us and those who suffer with us. Want reparation for victims of crimes against humanity and justice for crimes against humanity have no limitations. Support the country you live in or live in the country you support. Pretty self-explanatory. We've had enough of both political parties, the left and the right, in their cognitive dissonance. Justice for crimes against humanity must have no limitations. Justice for all the lies from the mainstream news media. We also want justice. We have anti-Christian violence going on in India and increased more than 500%. All those nude articles and hysteria about Nigeria and those other countries which really were not true. In India is going on for real. How many huge Indian monuments have been going up all over America and Canada? Okay, so we need the same type of energy when you come with those articles and stories, especially, stuff that y'all don't know about. We want to end property tax. In all the taxation that is in America that's kept the people in debtor slavery to demonic bankers who keep perpetual wars going on that only benefit them and their 1 or 2%. Okay? Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. is deceased and has been so, okay? January the 17th, 2020, trial and execution of Guantanamo Bay in accordance to military tribunal procedures carried out under executive orders activated by President Trump during the silent phase of the war against the treasonous infrastructure embedded across the U.S. government. His crimes, which include high treason, subversion of Constitution, collusion with foreign powers, and crimes against humanity. They were judged in secrecy but enforced with full legality. All of the mainstream news stations, we put the charts up there, they're deceptionalists, okay? Almost became millionaires by selling deceptive advertising scams. If they refuse to expose the scams that make them rich, what makes them think they tell you the truth about anything? Memorial ID 267327 marks the burial of a man erased from history yet propped up posthumously. You see what I'm saying? Joe Biden. Go look up that Memorial ID number. All right, the activation of the most grotesque psychological operation in modern political history, one that would involve deployment of synthetic clones, fully masked body doubles, AI-generated voice modulators, high-fidelity CGI, holographics, all engineered to maintain the illusion of continuity and manipulate the public perception and to suppress the consciousness of an entire nation. They work continuously at this, bro. Joe Biden press briefings, public events, stage international visits was nothing more than an ever-shifting carousel of imposters, programmed to perform, control to obey, and designed to mimic, not lead. They were not human errors, they were engineered simulations produced by a military, media, entertainment, industrial complex that treats reality like a screenplay and the Constitution like a prop. The Wizard of Oz show is ending. You are learning the truth. How many years did we try to get this stuff out here and they said the laptop wasn't real when it really was? Look how many people suffer because of that. 200,000 actors in the greatest show on earth initiated by the remnants of the deep states following Biden's execution. You see what I mean? Digital engineers, math specialists, behavioral psychologists, all under the coordination of corrupt intelligence factions and globalist financiers. All who tried to pardon themselves from the scenes. So they installed puppets everywhere they could, and they installed a fake voter system, they installed everything. The military knew this, and then they installed Trump, okay? So Trump was a military installation. This is what you all civilian people, you don't understand that, okay? So all that voting and back and forth, those 2 or 3 different cycles, they were all being monitored and watched. It has been an operation. Silent parts of the war and open parts of the war, kinetic parts of the war, and then the more sophisticated parts of the war. Okay, General Lloyd Austin, Mark Milley, Kenneth McKenzie are disgraces to their family, to God, America, and the military. They are disgraces, bought and paid for, just like a lot of these other ones. More focus on military sassafras and want to put on dresses and everything else than the defense and sustaining the country and defending the Constitution in which they were sworn. How did defense and military become about what you like to lay down with, okay, which is your private life, which should be kept private. Okay, you have all these degenerate, depraved people that were installed because they are degenerate, and the people that are controlling stuff are degenerate. A fake Air Force. CBS posted that whole story. Fake plane right there with no engine in there. They were going to put a real military Air Force plane up there with an engine. You see the difference? You see the engine in the plane that those soldiers are getting? Those are real military planes right there. You see the one at the top now? That's a fake one. They aired that story and mocked the fact checkers and the truth tellers. They mocked it, said it was conspiracy, said it was a lie. This is for all the service members' lives lost and families affected. That was very real. The premise for them being there was very fake. So we want justice for all of those soldiers and the people that were a part of that. The Pelosi, Schumer, Zuckerbergs, Gates, Sally Yates, Susan Rice, Obama. All these people knew about this. Is a fake military event. You feel what I'm saying? That they had on mainstream news media. Buddy from Full Metal Jacket, Sarge would have done a better job than these cowards. Straight up and down. So once upon a time, there was factions that fought against evil, and they became evil by proxy. These people are evil by proxy. They won't even tell you the truth. All they have to do is just tell you the truth about things, and they won't even do that because they're getting paid millions and whatever to lie to you. Okay, so this operation has been going down since before 2017, but went into overdrive in 2017. Okay, he never stopped governing people. When y'all thought Biden and all them was running shit, Trump never stopped governing, and the military never stopped governing what he was trying to do. So all the judges, all the lawyers, all the people in the officials in America have been giving themselves away by what they've been doing. And it's been an undercover operation this whole time. You will see video from years ago proving, and receipts from this channel has been fighting against evil this whole time for several years. One of the channels you'll see up there at the end. Just one of them. Look at the hyperbole flesh suits of all your favorites. Okay, you see those flesh suits and those fake silicone. They have highly advanced silicone masks now. Library backdrop for all. Those programmers know those scenes back there, those pictures behind them right there. Those come from a certain computer program. And why would those people have generated and used those fake computer programs if they were still here? That was for the civilian public. The library backdrop for all. All the treasonous, traitorous ones are cursed. Okay? Reckoning is beginning. No one gets out clean. Okay? The illusion is shattering. All the top people have confessed, made confessions, and implemented all the other top people. From BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Leslie Wexner, the Epstein, all these people have confessed on each other. Warren Buffett, Sundar Pichai, all these people have confessed. Mark Zuckerberg, everything. Okay, Guantanamo Bay trials will be broadcasted and will be available in the future. It is highly negligent and irresponsible of the mainstream news media to have lied to you this long. It's downright demonic to me. You know how these people got paid to lie, and you see all them all wearing the boot, and they all helped and try to be a part of the wipeout of America and the world in 2020, so you guys wouldn't find out how evil they truly were in their crimes against humanity and children. And you see the various masks, robots, organic robotoids and everything that they used to deceive you. And they did pre-recorded events, pre-recorded award shows, pre-recorded sports events, and portions of sports events where they recreated the event and had the fake people with the mask come in, and everybody thought that was the real version of them. Kevin Kline and Christiane Gates have been to take over all their companies that were inside of America, which they have been utilizing since 2013 or before. You see Ghislaine Maxwell there at the Clintons' wedding. You see the Bush funeral note up there. They know everything. I'm sorry what you told you. These people have been controlling the news media for music, movies, politics, sports, everything. So now with Weinstein and all the other top people confessing, Oprah, Ellen, everybody you can think of in the tribunals, you know, we call for military justice for the news media and all the people who have been pushing the lies in the mainstream news media, this deep state coup of the country. You see the list there. The people on The View were on the island and still didn't call it out. We wonder why. Deirdre Chrome, Hillary Clinton, Laura Silsby. Okay? Justice for all that. I see John Forte and Praz and them gone. That's part of that. These are some of the older memes of some of these things that I have made to let y'all be aware of what's really going on in the psychological warfare. Now you're seeing evidence and receipts of the channel Fighting Against Evil, Soul Polishing Academy, Crimes Against Humanity. That was several years ago. Look how long I've been telling y'all the truth. And that was only one of the channels. We had channels from 10 years ago, but they either deleted it or, changed it or destroyed it. You see what I'm saying? Fighting against crimes against humanity, grooming, the pedophilia, the vampirism, the cannibalism, the adrenochrome vampires, and SRA abuse in all forms. Thanks to all the spiritual warriors in the field and online fighting against evil and trying to get the truth out.